Can someone please explain what is going on? I don't know, guys. I have no idea what's going on, okay? So first of all, welcome to this new live stream. I think this guy, I will either smash it or I will just throw it. And make sure to smash that subscribe button and also smash that thumb up button. Welcome to this special episode about Tesla. Now, we don't know what's going on, but it seems it's Elon Musk madness, okay? So just to recap the last 24 or 48 hours. So Tesla made an amazing Q1 and Amazon made a okay Q1, did some, a little bit of disappointing statements and went down. Then, David Einhorn, one of the big hedge fund guy, is accusing Tesla of accounting fraud. And now today, Elon Musk is going mad on Twitter. Now, the probability that Donald Trump is going to be CEO of Tesla on Monday is 50-50. Yeah. Oil negative prices. So, what can you ask for more? Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. So let me know, guys, where you're from. I don't know where to start. Let's start something here for this channel. We have two new members, Mario and Ben. Mario, Ultimate Wolf, and Ben, a gold member. And basically, if you're interested, make sure to check out the join button below my videos, below my live streams. There's big value in those memberships, so just check it out. There's 3 different kind. You have the gold tier, platinum tier, and diamond tier. However, let's jump into the meat. So we are going directly into the breaking news. Okay, the breaking news is Mr. Elon Musk is actually just tweeting something like Tesla stock price is too high. IMO. IMO means, by the way, in my opinion, just for those people who are maybe not familiar in this slang, so just for your information. So, but this how there's two kinds of things. We know that Elon Musk can be sometimes a little bit crazy or mad or just saying what he thinks, right? So I believe, that's pretty, that's you love this guy, right? Either you love this guy or you hate him, but what he achieved is absolutely outstanding. Okay, read this book if you didn't have read this book. This is absolutely a must for Tesla investors and Tesla fans. This is telling you everything what you need to know about the management style, the culture inside Tesla. Order this book, read it again, just put it under your pillow while you are sleeping, and Tesla will go up, right? I just said the last couple of days, I went out because everything got a little bit too hot for me. I just said, I had a great profit from Tesla. I went out. I know that's one of the most volatile stock on the stock market. I saved, and some of you guys grilled me. Some of you guys, I said, I think Tesla is too high, right? And apparently I'm not alone. So let's have a look. So actually, this came with another couple of tweets. So we don't actually know yet. It's not confirmed, neither by Tesla, not by someone else who's close to him, that it's actually him. As you can see, he got a couple of those. Let's have a look. So now give people back their freedom. Something similar he said also on the Q1 earnings call. He said then Tesla stock price is too high. Then he said my girlfriend is mad at me, and then he linked some anime girlfriend out there. He said, like, I'm selling almost all my physical possession, will own no house. Then answer to that, just one stipulation on sale: I own Gene Wilder's old house. It cannot be torn down or lose any its soul. We had rage against the dying of the light of consciousness, and the rocket, red glare, the bombs bursting in air. Oh, say does the star spangled banner yet wave. Oh, the land. This is apparently from something, I don't know, maybe you guys know in the comments. This is apparently some kind of, I don't know, science fiction book or movie hymn that he's just quoting there. We don't know, is he maybe already on Mars? We don't know, right? We don't know what's going on there, but we may have a look what the Tesla stock is actually doing. This is insane times, guys. Let's have a look. So the Tesla stock is doing not all right, minus 9.54%. We still have like about 50 minutes before the market closes, and you can tell when the tweet started somewhere here. Before that, the stock gained lost a bit, obviously, since the earnings were pretty amazing first for investors, but then straight from the earnings till now we lost 18.33%. But let's get a little bit serious about that. As you know, I love to do fun, especially with Tesla and all of this news and crazy things that happen on the stock market. But just let's be serious for a second. Think about the following. So let's put this in a couple of scenarios. So scenario number one, his account got hacked, right? Maybe, he clicked the wrong page. Maybe, something went wrong. He was in quarantine, he was lonely. He went to a very suspicious page and, downloaded the wrong file, and they got access to his Twitter account, and then some people are tweeting. Now, I give this maybe 5% chance, because I think, as CEO and very tech savvy as he is, he, I think, has enough protection on his, interfaces that connect him and the internet that nothing such can be done. Because, obviously he gets also very sensitive information like quarter earnings and this kind of thing. So I don't think that, he got hacked or something. So scenario number two is just, he felt somehow, I would say he can be somehow a little bit emotional sometimes. Look at him like when he went to China, he started to dance. He can be quite, crazy about good things, about bad things. Obviously, the last quarter was hard. Plus all of this, what is currently happening, and he cannot open his facilities to produce cars. This guy who is so passionate about his company is obviously hardly affected by something like this, and therefore I believe that, scenario number two can be that he actually is kind of mad and just leave everything go, right? Just say what he thinks, be a little bit fun. And scenario number three is what can be scenario number three? Let me know in the comments. But this is the two scenarios. I think that either way, let's say he makes this with consciousness. Either way, I think it's a very bad behavior because of two things. So first of all, he still has open, an open case, or let's say a little bit of friction with the SEC, the Security Exchange Commission in the US, which he in public said, this is not a great US government entity, and he has no respect or something in this line. And he got very strict guidelines what he can do, what he cannot do. So he cannot do anything that interfere with the stock price in trading hours. So I don't know why he's actually doing this, because obviously such a tweet is obviously impacting the stock price 100%. Nobody can tell me, even Elon Musk with a crazy IQ, super intelligent guy, that he don't know that this is happening, So guys, I really don't know. I want to see what else we have in the comments. Let me know, guys, if the sound and video is okay, if it's aligned or not in sync. I have sometimes this issue, but this will be done when my new equipment will arrive soon. Let's have a look. So we have people from Germany here. We have people from Birmingham, UK. We have people from Seattle, our member QShootube. We have Florida here. We have Slovenia, Miami. We have Ottawa, Canada. And what else? We have Netherlands. And what else? Florence, Vancouver, Uruguay. All around the world, guys. All around the world. Thank you very much for tuning always in. I love that, love that support. We outgrow 5,000 subscribers because you smash that like button, the thumb up button, But really, when I saw the tweet, I was just thinking, it's just so Elon Musk, That's 100% Elon Musk, It's just amazing, I love that guy, I love that company, and let's see what is coming out of that, I just published a video. It's a kind of summary of the Q1 numbers, Q1 earnings call, what I think it's important, and so on. I just recorded that yesterday to the news of the earnings, and today it seems like totally totally out of context because the stock's just going down, so but have a look, it's quite fun to watch, and let's have a look into the other topics that we have today. So because we are fully loaded, obviously this is a brand new topic here with Twitter, and this is just crazy, guys, crazy what he's doing. Still 45 minutes to go on the stock market. The stock is, let us have a look, the stock is still 9.4 at 700 levels. If you ask me where I will start to buy again, somewhere around 400 levels, I would like to re-enter. I sold somewhere around 500 or 600 levels or something, so I would do some good if I can re-enter in those levels. However, let us see what else. I think the most important will be not Q2 but Elon Musk Twitter account. So let's have a look. What else we have? We have a more deeper topic right now also. Obviously, the account fraud allegations by one of a quite big hedge fund guy that is very known in the investment scene, David Einhorn. So he gets actually to be known because he discovered the Lehman Brothers collapse before it actually collapsed, and he was right. Yes. He had some luck that the US government didn't bail out new Lehman Brothers, obviously, but he was, credit to that. He was one of the first guys who really showed us that, that there's something wrong with Lehman Brothers, and, he discovered it. And, so this is his one and only, and he has like a plus minus good hedge fund that he is currently managing, and he is shorting Tesla. Okay, so let's summarize that. He is shorting Tesla, and he actually wrote the following a couple of months ago, back in November last year. Dear Ellen, I haven't heard back from you, and I followed up with contacting your investor relation team more than a week ago. Silence. What's more, I understand your IR, so investment relation people, are saying never mind REGFD, that there is a very easy explanation for the accounts receivable question I raised. So there was a question by him, hey, why there is so much account receivables coming in towards the end of the quarters. He found it a bit suspicious, and then he continued and said the purported answer about Europeans paying by check on the last day of the month, money generated taking 2 days to clear in the US, doesn't even explain half the balance. Further, it is inconsistent with your explanation of the accounts receivable jump in the September 2018 quarter when the Model 3 wasn't even being sold in Europe. I'm beginning to wonder whether your accounts receivable exist. So he's claiming maybe those are made up. So big allegations here. And then he said, I would still love to schedule a tour and even more sometime with Zach. Zach is the CFO of Tesla. If you know a little bit about Tesla, the new CFO of Tesla. And, and then there was a big back and forth, and, Elon makes some fun with them. And then, I think the last was this message, and Tesla didn't answer to that. And then we have seen now a new letter and allegation, let's say, that David Einhorn raised after the Q1 numbers. So he wrote, "Dear Elon, I guess the offer of a factory tour was never serious. I remain curious about your accounts receivable. Tesla's claim for why there is so many for a product where the customers pay up front was that sales are crazily concentrated in the last days of the month, so much so that it matters if the month ends on a weekend. This quarter ended on a Tuesday, and by all accounts, sales were not backloaded as most of your market was shut down at the end of March, yet days sales outstanding rose from 18 days to 21 days. Can you or Zach explain? I have another question. This quarter, your production was lower and split over two factories, affecting cost absorption, particularly in Fremont. Your average selling price was lower. Your mix had fewer high-margin S and X. You ramped up Model Y. Both factories were interrupted, driving up costs. And though this I don't understand. Maybe someone in the comments can explain why when the both factories were interrupted, why it's driving costs. Now they lost a couple of jobs, which should reduce the cost. And I don't know if he mean that their costs still going on while there's no sales, or he meant that there's cost involved by shutting down the factory. So this is maybe something to clear a little bit out. However, let's have a look. And though you didn't discuss it, currency should have hit your margins by 2-3% compared to last quarter. All of these factors appear to be headwinds to your auto gross margin, excluding regulatory credit sales, which barely budget. Can you or Zach explain? Otherwise, I will continue to be left wondering if not only your account receivables are suspect, but your income statement as well. DE means obviously David Einhorn. So this so far to the allegation. So he's still wondering why there's so much money coming in, and what about the good margins while there was some cost overall. So let's have a look into what I could found on this matter. I actually this is the tweets by Elon. I found it quite interesting piece because, there was, I think, the Business Insider who wrote this, so source to that, or it was Bloomberg, I don't know. I think either of them, I think it was Bloomberg who wrote an article, and it also, I looked quickly into the regulatory filling, obviously, and, it's basically well summarized that Tesla disclosed in the regulatory filling Thursday that one unidentified entity represented 10% or more of its account receivable balance as of that one unidentified entity represented 10% or more of its account receivable balance of 31st of March. The contribution was related to sales of regulatory credits, the Palo Alto, California based company said. This means that, basically 10% or more of it, can be also 20, maybe 30%, very big accounts receivable client in this case just sent some money. So I guess, you know, this is related to the fiat regulatory credits, obviously. And, you know, here further on it says revenue from the emissions credits Tesla sales to other auto manufacturers surged to 354 million last quarter, a sum that exceeded the company's 227 million adjusted net income. The maker of this Model 3 sells credits to manufacturers who need them to comply with environment standards that are getting stricter in most markets around the world. So I guess, you know, it's you know, this may be need further investigation, obviously, but what David Einhorn is really wondering, how does so many income can be created, and Tesla basically stating, hey, we had a huge income through this regulatory sales of these credits, and therefore, you know, this is a huge amount, and came just by the end of the quarter. I think they made it really clever because, as you might know, the fiat deal was done already a couple of months ago, and I think they saw, okay, if we have the Q4 anyway good and positive, let's take those credits and credit them on a small quarter, which is the Q1, to at least say, you know, we are profitable 16 million, which is great. You know, another obviously positive quarter for Tesla is obviously a great thing by this very high growth company, you know. So I believe that's a beautiful thing. Let's have a look what else we have here. This is also very interesting. I found this on Twitter. So while Elon Musk said Tesla stock price is too high in my opinion, Bitcoin replied and said Bitcoin price is too low in my opinion. I think, you know, this sums the Twitter game quite interestingly into the overall situation, you know. So you know, it's basically fun, you know. I mean, how can you take all of this serious? I'm very interested what will happen next week, because this story is just insane. How and big CEO and really one guy that will travel to Mars and make our species multiplanetary can just shoot out this kind of tweet. You know, it's crazy. I think there's also some risk involved. Obviously, think about that there's two sides to that. Okay. First of all, they will have maybe problems with the SEC. Okay, this is number one. Then we shall see that maybe we can have also problems with shareholders. Okay, I just read in one of the comments here just right now here in the stream that, you know, people were losing thousands of dollars because they had some kind of options running. Okay, so this means that this can mean that, you know, you maybe lost a couple of $1,000. Who will pay for that, right? You can, as shareholder, obviously make one lawsuit against Tesla, and maybe you are right, and the you know, court order will be that you will get back your $1,000. So it really depends what can happen there and what the shareholders will be doing with all of this. You know, it's really interesting, guys. There's so many outcomes of just a small tweet, you know, that was actually, it was unnecessary, you know. I mean, you would agree with me, it doesn't add any value, right, to the overall situation. It doesn't give us, let's say, something that Ellen could benefit, even, you know. Even when someone would claim, hey, Elon Musk is doing this to get some money out of it. Actually, Elon Musk don't get any salary at all, and his compensation is tied to certain milestones that he has with the company. Like, for example, keeping the company over a market value of $100 billion is bringing you X. Then let's have a look if we can find this. Let me just pull this up for you, because this is quite interesting. For those people who say, Elon Musk is doing this because they want to make some because he wants to make some quick buck, because he's selling everything, maybe, so compensation plan. Let's have a look if we find something. Here we go. So this is the compensation plan of Elon Musk. So can we make this full screen somehow? Yeah, so this is the Elon Musk compensation plan. Okay, so you actually can see that depending what, okay, let me just have a quick overview. What are the, okay, so there are two tranches. There is one, how much options he get for which package, I guess, right? Yeah. Okay, so here's two operational milestones. So first is the revenue. So if he reach some certain revenue, then he gets one package, and then if he reaches the EBITDA as well, the positive EBITDA, then he gets another package as well. And then you can see here what we are getting in terms of cumulative market compensation. Okay, this is the cumulative. Okay, so there's three packages. Okay, so first, the blue one is the market cap. Okay, so if the market cap reach this, I think for 100 days at least, then he is enabled to get this the cumulative numbers of options vested, okay, in millions. So he get like here 1.7 million of shares of Tesla. All right. Then if you have $100 billion in market cap, and he will get the operational milestone, which would be one of these packages, then he gets 1.7 million options on Tesla shares, okay? Then second is he need to reach 150 billion in market cap and reach two of those, okay? So let's say, for example, he reaches the 20 billion revenue and also the 1.5 billion adjusted EBITDA. Then he will get 3.4, and so on and so forth. So you can see he can get up to 20.3 millions of shares, okay? And this is a huge amount, guys. This can make him even the most valuable human being ever lived on this planet or on Mars, okay? So that's very important to know, guys. So it's not that he want to push, and actually when he's pushing his if he's pushing his, let's say, his tweet out here, right? Then you can imagine that he is actually hurting himself, because he is pushing down the market cap of Tesla, the stock price, the overall, I can just imagine that he just think that he want to make sure that he's not hyped on the price of Tesla or something. Maybe he cares that people know that he's not crazy, thinking that wow, Tesla deserves to have this price. Same like I said, I don't see Tesla having a price of $700-800 as of now, especially with the situation overall. There was a couple of different occasions where the Elon Musk actually said, you know, it's too expensive. The stock is too expensive. He said this many times already, so I'm very much concerned that you know, that he's doing this maybe in the future again, you know. And as you can see, he just made it after the Q1 earnings when the stock went up and up, right? So yeah, you know, you never can be sure what can happen the next day. So trading options, it's also a very dangerous game, especially guys with such volatile stocks like Tesla. So let me have a look into the comments right quick. Let's have a look into the comments real quick. Let me have a look. So we have people here from Barcelona, people from Amsterdam, Atlanta, Malaysia, Israel, New York City, Denmark, and you know, so many new guys here. So if you're new here, make sure to smash that like button and also subscribe if you're new here. I'm vlogging every single day, guys, and also I'm live streaming every single day. Who does that in the financial business here on YouTube worldwide? I think that's unique. You know, we are just in the very beginning. You know, we will improve the studio here, we will improve the quality, we will make some crazy animations where CNBC can be looked very, very old. So many things to come. Subscribe and like, and stay hydrated. Okay, stay hydrated. And I think you know, it's some crazy times I hear. So let me have a look if you guys have some questions. So we have JJ Wolf, are you more bearish or bullish? I guess the question is for Tesla stock. So let me say this. I think that Tesla is one of the most beautiful companies in the world. They are innovative, they are future oriented, they are pushing the boundaries on regulatories, on internal manufacturing as well as development, and also on the marketing. Everything about this company I love so much. I just think, you know, it's just not the right price as of now for Tesla, right? So I think that long term this company will be thousands of dollars per share, and therefore I'm bullish long term. Absolutely, guys, absolutely. I'm not a bear or anything, so don't worry. I didn't change the yeah, how you call it, the teams. Okay, I didn't change the teams. I'm still bullish on Tesla. So we have Germany here, we have Canada here. Let me have a look. What else we have? Natalie is asking if he got maybe hacked. Yeah, we discussed this as one scenario. Maybe he got hacked. Still, I don't believe you know, that this is high probable for a CEO of the most technical advanced company in the world. There is DRK who's asking, or who's stating, which I totally backing, all stocks are too high for this crisis. I absolutely agreeing. Justin saying we are seeing Elon trolling. This is interesting. Dutchman is saying that the sound is lagging 1 second behind. I just adjusted it. Let me know if this is now bearable, please. So what else we have? Oh, then Christian Boretto, he says he is not ET, just one of us doing more than all of us together. I totally agree. Because, you know, if you read the book that I just throwed away, but this is one of the best books that you can ever read on Elon Musk and Tesla. This is really showing you details, you know. For example, one scene of this book, this is quite interesting. where I think they working on the Model S. Okay, they are working on the Model S, and there's like a team meeting. Okay, so they are having the first team meeting, and everybody comes together and they discuss some features, some changes on the car, and everybody go back to work. And after 2 weeks, Elon Musk is coming back to the meeting. Okay, and apparently by statements of his co-workers, they said he didn't take any note, and he could remember 30 or 40 points of all changes that was discussed in this meeting. Absolutely insane, guys. Even his mother is saying that, Elon, when he was small, he is so fanatic about numbers. When kids was by fun saying, how far is the moon away from the earth, and he was, as a small kid, like 10, 12 years old, saying, I think or I know 23 million kilometers, so he is a very special kind, and he dedicated his life to change the planet, to make us sustainable, to build some of the greatest companies out there. This is very respectful, and I would never bet against Elon. This is some of the smartest people in the world, saying that, there's Larry Ellison, the founder of Oracle is backing Tesla as well. He's in the board. There's Shamas, which I think is one of the smartest guys out there. He's also saying, people don't like his management style. That's fine, but don't bet against Elon. Elon, he had the chance to save either one of the companies, SpaceX or Tesla, and he took his very last money to save both companies, even though the probability was very, very low. And I think Brian is saying the truth. Elon Musk for president. Well, I give this a 70% of probability. Though, I have to disappoint you guys. Elon Musk cannot be the US president, unfortunately. The US president need to be born in the US. Otherwise, you cannot legally be the US president. Maybe they will change, but he will definitely be the president of Mars. I'm telling you that. He actually stated once that he wants to die on Mars. So, I think this is crazy. Let's have a look. What else we have here? Guys, if you will have the chance now, real talk. If you have the chance to go with SpaceX to Mars and stay there and die there, would you do that? Let me know in the comments. Yes, no, maybe. Is the Tesla stock too high? So, so many facets to this company. I think one of the most interesting things that I like about Tesla is also when they do a product that they like or see potential in it, they try to integrate it in to the company and the vertical integration of Tesla. So, for example, they thought that a very nice feature for the Model S would be the touchscreen, the huge touchscreen in the middle of the dashboard, okay? Now, the touchscreen didn't exist by then, okay? There was no iPad, there was nothing there. There was just, normal LCD displays, or I don't know, even there was LED displays. However, so Tesla designed this touchscreen before even iPad was released. Right, so they are thinking so far ahead. I love that. And also, what I like that for example, they saw that the huge profit is on the seats of cars, and they decided to make the seats by them all, or by their own. So they making the seats in house to make more profit on the cars. Same for insurance, guys. They saw that the insurance business is quite interesting because the insurances are very premium on Tesla cars, and they can improve it or be very, very, very profitable if they can reduce the price, because they know exactly the stats of each Tesla car. This is a huge data is the most important asset for insurances. I think that's very important as well. So I guess This is absolutely oh yeah, and Brian just saying Elon is the CEO, not Ellen. On this note, I would say, you know, the Tesla stock price is too high in my opinion, and Bitcoin price is too low in my opinion. Guys, thank you very much. Tomorrow, the weekend live streams, don't miss, even on a Saturday, even on a Sunday, here on Wolf of Dubai, every single day a vlog, every single day live stream. Don't miss any news here on Wolf of Dubai. Thank you very much for watching, and see you, subscribe and thumb up.